Hey everyone, this is Adam here, and this is our part 2 of our mini-series on how to read the Bible. Today, I want to focus on a really important principle that if we can get hold of and really nail in our hearts, it will help us as we look at some practical tools for how to read the Bible. To introduce you to this, I want to introduce you to somebody who's really important to me. When I was growing up, we lived in Sheffield, and as a teenager, I was invited to be part of a Bible study that was led by Howard Belbham. Now, everyone else that was in the room were local preachers from the local area, and they were studying with Howard because Howard had been the principal of Cliff College Bible School, and before that he'd been an Old Testament lecturer. Howard invited me at the age of 13 to join with the rest of these people to learn how to read the Bible. I learned so much from Howard. However, the thing that probably I learned the most was a simple statement that he kept drumming into us. I heard it directed to myself many times, but also to other people in the room. And it went like this. Howard would be asking us to explain a particular passage, and he'd look up and in his gentle voice, he'd say something like this: "Adam, that's great, but what does the Bible actually say?" And through that question, Howard was inviting me to leave aside my own ideas, to leave aside my own kind of preconceptions about the passage, and to really focus on actually reading the Bible. Now, this is a really hard thing for us to do because we live in a generation that is constantly filling our minds with YouTube clips and little sound bites. And I want to encourage you over the course of these videos, I want to encourage you first and foremost, read the Bible and read chunks rather than little snippets. And the reason for that is that the Bible was written as books, as letters, as songs, and they hang together as a whole. And so as you read chunks, you'll actually understand the author's original intent, and you'll be able to see that there's often a flow to the argument. We call this the context. And so I want to encourage you to start reading chunks rather than individual little verses. Secondly, I want to encourage you to read slowly. I know this is a strange thing to say, but I suspect that many of us read way too fast to actually be able to read and understand what the Bible is saying. So I want to invite you and give you permission to read slowly. Read the passage. Read it again. Then read it again. And really allow Howard's question to bobble around in your mind. What does the passage actually say? And this leads on to my final encouragement for this video. I want to encourage you to start getting into the process of answering that question in writing. What does this passage actually say? Why don't you, as you've taken some time to really think about a passage, write down a summary in a notebook? These summaries will help you to know whether you really understand what the passage is all about, or if you've just got a whole bunch of ideas bobbling around in your mind. When you commit something to writing, it's like you have to really be clear on what the passage is all about. And so my encouragement to you is listen to the text. Really listen to the text. Allow that question from Howard to fill your heart. What does the Bible actually say? I want to encourage you to read slowly, and then I want to encourage you to start committing your ideas to paper, maybe in a notebook or a journal. We'll follow up on this next week, but for now, please can I encourage you to really take hold of Howard's question, what does the Bible actually say?